Okay, let's do that. But
That's right. It's time for the Ultra Strike Force Cage Fight Power Hour. I am your host, Bitpost. But with me now are three of the dirtiest cage fighters I've ever met. I can't keep it up. Sorry. I've got Riff with me, our head skull basher, Riff. How the hell you doing, my man? Yeah.
doing good,
I've got Ego. Awesome. Our hype beast tonight is going to be Ego. What is up, my dude?
Let's get ready!
Yes, that's the calm enthusiasm I'm talking about. And of course, the kill switch herself, Musical Foxes. Awesome.
I did it like
so
like an anime fighting game intro, you know?
Oh man, I didn't get to hear. Let me zoom out. Do it again.
It's just that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see it. Cool.
One
Cool.
of those.
I just had to zoom out. I couldn't see it. I was too zoomed in.
Right.
I'm like in Sketches already turning this into a drinking game. Right on. So we are still waiting for folks to get into the lobby. So we actually we were just talking off and on throughout the day about some of the things that we need from you folks out there. Now we are going to turn it over. Foxes and I are going to beat it and let Riff and Ego cast this match. But one thing we need, I think, are epic terms for demos for like blocks. You know, I mean, can we call them like the Skull Thrasher, or like what's the equivalent of hitting somebody with steel air?
We got to go classic here. First of all, a demo or a bump of any kind has to be a body slam. Second of all,
I can see
demos. If you're going full demo, we're either talking the people's elbow or give me another one here. Give me another classic.
No, it's gotta be that chair, man. You gotta get that metal chair.
Oh, okay. Chair hits.
So what happens if? And I'm counting on chat to come in and help us with this. Actually, how's the volume level? Is the metal? Is it loud enough, or does it need to be louder? That's what I need to know.
No, I think you're good.
So and the spear. Okay, the Annihilator's calling for the spear. What do we call a rule 1? Is that like somebody got pinned?
Oh, grappling.
Or do we say that like they're
yeah.
grappling? Okay,
Absolutely.
they're grappling.
Yeah, they're grappling
Yeah.
in rule 1.
Oh yeah.
I'm digging it.
All right, guys. They just wrapped up their last practice game, so if we are pretty ready to go, we could go ahead and get started.
Do you think we're ready?
Well,
What do you think? You're the man in charge.
Before we get to the field play, I do
No,
want to
let's-
make an announcement.
Before you do that, hang on, Foxes. No, tell them to do another warm-up match. We need a little bit more time because Riff is going to talk to us a little bit about Loomis. And Riff, I believe you wanted to interrupt me and cut me off, so I'm just going to keep on
I
talking.
completely wanted to interrupt you, so I'm doing it right now. So Loomis reached out to me and just wanted to make sure everybody was aware that we have our registration still open for the upcoming league play going on. Let me pull up this information right here. Season 6 is upcoming right now. Registration, again, is still open. Closes on January 28th. So if you want to play in this season, make sure to get in that now. Games will start on February 18th. The league this season is going to be one league, but 2 different game days. I love the background dancers. This is phenomenal. You pick a day that you can play, either Friday or Sunday when you sign up, and you'll get a team assigned to you on that day. If you can do either, you can indicate that on the sign-up sheet as well, so you could play in either the Friday or the Sunday, but you will not play in both. Those kinds of players will help to balance the league because we're creating the teams to be as fair as possible. Disclaimer, any complaints about that, see Loomis, not me. So 5 weeks of games are going to determine who makes the playoffs, and 6 teams from each day will have a playoff to determine who is the best on that day. So kind of like a conference final for that day of play. Friday or Sunday. And then an epic grand final will take place between the two champions of the Friday conference and the Sunday conference to crown, again, our grand champions of the league. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you're still interested in league play, if you're a member of the Rocket League Old Farts Discord server, go and register. It's in the league section of the Discord server. If you're having trouble finding it, reach out to any mod. We'll be happy to direct you in the right place. And it's going to be a good season. So, Bit, go ahead. All yours again.
I wasn't dancing. I
Before,
was playing drums.
though, because Bit never gets to talk, I have a complaint from the people, gentlemen. I come to you with the complaint about the robots. I am being asked for the artificial intelligence to be taken off the field. What say you?
I kind of wanted to leave the bots in, just because it's ridiculous if somebody disconnects, like you've got a bot in their place. And, I mean, because literally it's worse when you have a bot, right?
I mean,
your team
obviously,
plays-
it's just getting in their way.
Asking to have it taken off.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Let's leave it up to chat. Chat, do we want to leave bots in case? Because we're one player down on the Pain Flowers, and we're thinking about rolling with Rex, or Khan, or Slobby. Slobby's OP. No, he's not. Chat, what do you think? Do we want bots left on in this match? Like, the audience should decide.
Well, while we're waiting for chat to let us know, Ego, you're getting called out in chat. We need some hype from you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm getting called. How dare they? I do not get called out without some. Wow, I can't even speak right now. Man, the nerve, they're getting to me, man. I need to go.
Well, I've got.
I need to get
for
this
you, actually.
thing going, because otherwise, I think I'm just gonna get balled on
You're
one
like,
of my other,
you're
my
like
other
a
guys over here.
cartoon where you're like your legs are moving, but you're not like going anywhere. It's like Scooby-Doo, you know? It's like, oh, I can't make the fucking noise,
Right.
but you know.
It is the absolute just Scooby-Doo noise.
So, the Annihilator is asking a legit question. Nobody would tell him. This is a show match. We're basically grabbing some of our Patreons and we're pitting them against each other and saying, let's see what happens. They're not like a formal team. There was no league play leading up to this. But the most important thing to remember is that all of their lives have been leading up to this moment. Whatever happens tonight is going to define everything going forward. But that's not important right now. The most important thing is that we take a look at who these players are going to be. We're going to start with the Star-Spangled Death Babies? What is it?
Painted
Star-Spangled
Babies.
Painted Babies. Riff, you want to tell us about player number 1?
Yeah, D'Annunzio's coming in, definitely bringing charisma to the table, but a little low on the power side. So we're going to see how his team rounds him out there. Can move around the field pretty nicely, good speed and all that, but the Canadian that isn't sorry. So we're going to see how that comes out. Maybe a couple chairs thrown.
Ego, tell us about Chill Steve.
Well, I mean, definitely not where he parked his car. The agility looking a little low there. I'm wondering if we're going to see any quick maneuvers from Steve here. His power's pretty high, but we'll see if that comes into play during this match.
Foxes, what's up with Crispy Dad?
So this is your local news channel, Foxes on the Crispy. I'm going to be covering Crispy Dad and the other Chris, known as just Chris. Working in IT, I'm surrounded by middle-aged white dudes, so I know all about Chris's. All right, this particular brand of Chris, you know, Steve's, David's, John, I know about them all. So this is a standard Chris. He's got 87 charisma, which is pretty high. You know, Chris's are normally, you know, I don't want to just, you know, hashtag not all Chris's. But, you know, 88 agility as well. As we know, many men are clunky and find it hard to jump, especially white men, as the movie evidenced. But his speed is 91, so it's possible.
Slams coming out everywhere. Riff?
Well, now to the other side of the field, Verbose, lowest charisma we've seen to date. Does this guy ever stop talking? It's one of the reasons he's hated in the league, but we'll see how he brings that to bear tonight. Ego, take it for End Fallen.
Followed by End Fallen, yet another clunky body here with the agility at 61. A power straight 100. I really don't think that's going to come into hitting goals, though. I really think that's just going to hit post and bounce way the back.
And our final Chris.
Our second Chris of the night is na 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 hey hey. File missing. He's a mystery. He's an enigma with a purple hairdo. He's got petunias on his wheels and steel in his balls. Let's see what he's got.
Damn, that was solid. So question coming in from chat. I think it's, what is it? Blackmail Bum is saying, how did you get these stats? We're all actually in a metal band, and so we did what all metal bands do. We went and we talked to a council of ancient dwarfs, 13 ancient dwarfs who went down to the bones of the mountain, and they told us these stats. I mean, they know these players inside and out. And so, I mean, I remember when Thrillendor came in and he said, you know, these are the stats, this is what you got. He handed it to us on a stone tablet, and boom, we're ready to go. Speaking of ready to go, Foxes, what do you say we eat it out of here and let these two cast this game?
All right, let's do it. I believe we are just about ready to start the next game. Also, I think it's very insensitive of you to bring up Thrumgore when you know we're still going through a rough breakup. Just saying. You know, we don't have to make a big thing of it, but I just kind of feel like you're being disrespectful.
Man. They are heartbreakers, each and every one of them. All right, you two, take it away.
All right,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get down to the field and start our first of a 5-game series between the Star Spangled Painted Babies and the... Oh, God, I already lost their name. Who's our other team, Ego?
That would be the Merchant of Pain Flowers. Now, I don't think that really is synonymous in total, but we're going to see if they make it work.
Indeed, we will. Looking for our third player from the the Flowers, rather, but we'll see if he makes an appearance midway through. Could be a stunner moment. In the meantime, as we get ready to go, sit back, relax, and let's get ready to rumble!
Heater and Stone Steve on the pitch. Looks like we're going to get going here. Stone Steve disconnects. Oh, this is a rough one. Seems as though we're following Merchants of Pain, trying to get back to the game here. Chris taking it up down the midfield, looking to get a good pitch. I saw these guys in their scrims here. They looked okay. They looked like they're trying to warm up, do their thing. What are your thoughts on each of the teams here, Riff?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, chat, I put money down on the Flowers, so I'm already biased. As D'Annunzio, surprisingly, comes out of nowhere with a great pass off the backboard by Steve. D'Annunzio able to just clutch it into the net as the team, with all of their players, is obviously out ahead.
Well, that being said, off the pitch yet again, Steve and Heater on the side. We're going to see D'Annunzio try and own goaling by End Fallen there, trying to hit it out, but instead hits it into his own goal. Oh, that was Chris, actually. Excuse me.
Well, D'Annunzio bounces right off the ropes and just clotheslines the blue team, getting an own goal in the process. Let's see if they can keep up the momentum while I believe it's Paint Flowers are down a person. But Stone Steve here taking it up the side, kind of gets a weird hit off the right wall. Fallen looking to center, but nobody there to take out the defense. So they're back to square one as D'Annunzio is on fire. That's 3 body slams right into the pitch.
That was fantastic
goal
by
by
all of these
D'Annunzio,
teams
and-
here.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're off to the races.
And yet again, here we are back already with 3:43 left on the clock, only a minute and 20 seconds played, and already 3 goals. And as I say that, a 4th by Crispy Dad coming in straight off the pitch. Chris just couldn't get there in time, and he just took advantage of that straight for a 4th with not even a minute 30 into the first game. It looks like Star Spangled Painted Babies are coming into this strong.
It really does. I really want to see what the Paintflowers are going to do at this point to turn the tide. And it looks like a long shot is going to... Oh! It almost stays out, but the post actually helps, and Fallen gets on the board. What a goal to just launch it all the way down the field. Crispy Dad not able to get the save.
Yeah, that was a little slow on the final intake, but it looks like it made its way in there. Chris and D'Annunzio on the pitch. Stone Steve looks like he's trying to make it work back passing, but doesn't really make do with what he has. Stone Steve and D'Annunzio looking pretty good coming into both of these. What do you think of both of their plays so far?
So I really like how Steve, D'Annunzio, and Crispy are all really doing it all. They're bumping the other players. They're getting shots on net. They're making passes off the backboard. They're playing a real team game here when they know their opponents don't have a full team. So they're definitely taking advantage of that. But I'm really curious to see what the Paintflowers are going to do to get back into this. I think there's going to have to be some real individual play going on, and potentially some luck, as a 50 almost goes their way, but no, it's cleared to the side as Stone Steve, that's a tongue twister, is going to send it back into mid and down the field to his own players. Heater gets an interesting touch back to his own player. Bot may be helping out, but we'll see where that goes next. I want to know from you, is this game already a loss for the Painted Babies, or is this going to actually work out in their benefit?
You know, I'm kind of thinking that with that goal from D'Annunzio, it's pretty much sealed their fate there. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left to go on the clock. I believe I would probably call it quits there, just not having a good time. Once we get their 3rd player in Merchants of Pain, though, we might see something. It could just be a comeback if he decides to show up, but never mind, as D'Annunzio pushes it straight into their goal. Heater not really doing much. Chris tries to block it, but doesn't really get there. 6-1 now, almost pulling the Brazil here with 2 minutes left to go. It is Fallen and Crispy on the pitch. D'Annunzio up for ball. Crispy on wall. Passes it back. Merchants of Pain pick it up over 1. Moving it towards their goal, going for the attack, and it's stopped by Crispy.
That was really
They're
close,
really trying here.
There. Yeah, I really like Chris's solo play there, taking it all the way down the field. Unfortunately, Fallen followed him up a little too closely, and then they were both kind of out of position, relying on their bot buddy Heater to try and save him. But now Heater might get the touch that puts it in. He's kind of just sitting under it. Doesn't actually make it to the ball as Chris sends it way high over the net. Fallen to the corner. Gonna try and control it. He has the boost too, but D'Annunzio beats him there. Maybe the Merc was just not the right choice for this team. It might be too heavy.
You know, you say that now, but watch those big butts get put into play. It might come in handy later on. We never know. Anything could happen with this.
Well, let's see what does happen, because at this point, I'm going to be out 3,000 credits, and I'm calling scripted on this. So, back into the middle as... Oh, what a touch by Steve. Gets it past the defender, able to just tap it on in. Nice and easy there, as Chris can't play it off the wall. And we're at the Brazil with 44 seconds left.
Well, looks like we're having some banter in chat here with 45 seconds left on the clock. the Brazil coming out. Crispy on the wall, tries for the ceiling play but can't make it. I think we're going to try and see some banter between these two as Chris, yet again, own goals with a touch by D'Annunzio. What are they even doing here?
I don't know, but they are talking so much trash to each other. If you can't see it, people, we're getting Stone Steve and Fallen back and forth at each other. The mothers are being thrown into it. They're threatening demos and bumps. This is just getting out of hand. We're going to have the referees separate the two of them. But meanwhile, play continues on the field. Fallen does send it down the middle. Stone Steve there to clear it out. Off the backboard, Chris does not get the touch that he needed. Only 5 seconds left at this point. Steve sends it off the backboard. D'Annunzio slams it home. Oh, man, what a drop on that one. Painflowers just not able to keep up with the Painted Babies' onslaught. And it'll be one game in the books. I think at this point, nothing else can be done.
Oh, I think we should have said that a long time ago, Raph. Nothing could have been done a minute ago. As Painted Babies wins the first in the set of 5, D'Annunzio coming out on top.
Well, this was quite an interesting battle between two very intensely outmatched humans and one really, really helpful bot against a team that really made use of all of their abilities. I love seeing the team plays. Stone Steve and D'Annunzio connecting time after time again for a bunch of different goals, but also Crispy Dad coming in clutch with a couple saves, and then I'm not sure what else. So what does the Painted Babies team need to do to continue this onslaught moving forward?
I really think they just need to keep at what they're doing. They're bringing the pressure in and out constantly. Even when they're in their own backfield, they're just slamming it home off the wall back into each other. Good passes left and right, followed by each player. Getting it out there, booming it home to the other side of the field. I really think that they just need to keep with the rhythm that they got going here, Riff, and they can probably just bring this to an early sweep.
Well, let's see what happens as we have a surprise appearance by the Vince McMahon himself, Skitch78, jumping in to assist the Flowers on this very crucial game, too. We will say that Skitch may not actually be a Patreon member, but he is a Patreon beneficiary. He takes all of your money and goes to Cuba with it. Don't ask why, just accept it. So into the game we go. Skitch already doing a better job than the bot, who got the demo there against Chris. Our first people's elbow of the night as the ball's up for grabs in the middle. Chris sending it back to the middle. Fallen looking to follow up. Gets the dunk. No boost to get there, though. Skitch sends it mid, and he is wearing the appropriate team uniform. I'll give him credit for rocking the Merc today.
That is very true. I think he definitely prepped for this pre-game, as the Merc seems to be showing quite a bit of force now. Chris with the save on that one back into green territory, following it up pretty well here. I think we're really going to see some good stuff from Skitch right now, trying to help them out a little bit, really supporting that team there. But
we have some interesting news from the chat. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ego, but this is important stuff. It has been called out by Fixed RL. Skitch has channel points riding on Painflowers, and he's now playing for Painflowers. This has to be a conflict of interest. Bitpost calling someone call the commissioner. This is an outrage. We agree completely, but there's nothing we can do. These men are just too tough, too intense, and they're going for it anyway.
This is much like a prison riot in action, I feel like, as absolute anarchy is ensuing here with Skitch joining this team as a total bias. As I say that, Fallen gets it over D'Annunzio in for what seems like Merchants of Pain's first goal in this series. It's really not, but he is screaming about his new chair, Fallen is, and I believe he's ready to hammer it home.
Hey, if your butt is comfy, you're going to play better. So good for him for grabbing the chair when he needed it. But Stone Steve coming over the top of Chris. This is now becoming an aerial battle back and forth. Oh, if Crispy Dad didn't flip away, he might have had an interesting touch into the net. But D'Annunzio misses the open net. That's what you get for trying to be a champ. Stone Steve able to keep the pressure on, though. And we're looking for the Pain Flowers to come back out of the corner with something, as Fallen does take control into the corner, beats Stone Steve, but D'Annunzio bails him out. Fallen looking for a defensive play, maybe? No, he's going to let Chris take it. It's banged at the middle. D'Annunzio does get the save across the net mouth.
Real good stuff seeing Pain Flowers really try their heart out here for the win on this second game of the series. It seems like they're really trying to get into their rhythm, really trying to get into that groove against Babies, as Fallen tries for another stop by D'Annunzio all the way across the field, as the ball just absolutely curves elegantly right into that. Really not the rough and tough goal we were expecting, but it seems to have really glided in on that one, as it's now 1-1 with 2 minutes left to go. Fallen and Stone Steve taking the pitch. Fallen getting it off there, followed up by a good attack, stopped by Crispy, backed up by Skitch. Is it going in? No, it is not. Stopped by D'Annunzio, short. Merchants of Pain really having a good attack here. It looks like they're really trying to make the Babies scramble, as D'Annunzio hits it back into green territory. What do you think of the defense on Babies this match?
You know what? I don't even care about the defense right now. I want to know why there aren't more demos. I want to see chairs thrown. I want to see blood in the ring. I want to see people getting thrown up against the wall. Like, what's happening here? This is too tame of a match. I don't know if the players are watching the stream right now, but they better get their act together. Fallen does make a very nice play, both on a double tap attempt earlier, as well as sending a nice high floater off the ceiling that Steve just can't get to in time, taking the lead again. We knew Fallen was going to come out to play. It's about time we're seeing it, but I don't care about any of that. I want to see more blood and guts.
You know, I'd have to agree with you here if the blood and guts were oil and tailpipes, but it looks like the Babies are back on the attack, as Stone Steve puts it right back into their net, immediately answered from that last floater from Fallen with a minute left to go here. It looks like the Babies are feeling the pressure. What are they going to do to crack down on the Merchant of Pain's oppression here?
Well, it was D'Annunzio and Steve connecting on that goal. It was the 1-2 punch. That's been their MO. You know, one sets him up, the other drop kicks him in the face. So let's see if that continues through the game, as Fallen gets a really interesting touch into mid, but no one there to follow him up. Steve looking to tap it to Crispy, who's not really in position for it, but it is sent down for Chris to collect on the back wall. Looking to play in the air a little bit. Looks for a 50 that didn't quite work. Fallen trying to keep possession of the ball there. Skitch does bail him out and gets the touch over Steve, but D'Annunzio able to mop that one up. So it looks like we're seeing a lot of back and forth in midfield now. Maybe they're playing a little more conservatively, since there are 6 humans now instead of just 5 in a bot, and Fallen has been able to take the stage a little bit more, but misses his aerial earlier there. Interesting pinch off the middle. We're down to 1 second. This game is going to go to overtime unless someone keeps it up. No. So we're into overtime in game 2.
This is really interesting now, being overtime, game 2. I think Merchants of Pain really bringing their A game for this one, getting back into their rhythm here. Fallen on the attack, gets stopped by D'Annunzio there. Chris bringing it back into red zone, red territory here. As we're seeing Chris try to go for the pass to midfield, kind of goes way over Fallen. doesn't quite make it the angle there as it's stopped by Chris and sent back down to Greenfield. Chris going up. Will it go in? No, it will not. Stopped by D'Annunzio. Really,
Great
Merchants
touch
of
by
Pain
him.
really trying to bring this one home here. Yes, I do agree that. Good touch there. I think we're really seeing the babies panic here as Merchants really trying their best to copy what they did last game when it was only 2 humans and a bot, and just bring the pressure. I think those big bodies, as I said before, are helping them out here.
Oh, nice touch forward by Skitch on the redirect. Gets possession again. Tries to get the dunk, but D'Annunzio's just too quick for him. So I don't think we have the stats available for Skitch. Foxes, if we have any stats on Skitch, we want to know them, because this is the unknown player who just jumped into this game. In the meantime, it's in the blue corner, coming up the left side there. Fallen does get the touch into the offensive zone, beats one, and scores on it. Fallen now has the hat trick for this game and the win in overtime, a minute 33 into it. Good job to him.
I'd also just like to point out that I'd like to cut you off here. Point out that Fallen ends that game with 666 points there on the scoreboard to end it out.
Totally metal.
I believe that I don't think that could be a better ending for Fallen and this matchup right now. Really good stuff from Pain Flowers in that match. I really think they're starting to get their teamwork together. Skitch bringing something to the table here and actually making up for the loss of a third player there. Will we see him continue, or will we see him back out in this third match coming up in the series of 5?
Well, I want to know if Fallen's chair is regulation. I mean, that just gave him too much of a boost when he switched it out after game 1. Look at the man's a madman. He's got 666 on the scoreboard, all 3 of the goals for his team, the game winner in overtime. Is this chair magical? Who the hell knows? But frankly, we don't care, because we're now tied 1-1 in the series, going into game 3. This is anybody's series at this point. What is the game plan for each team? Start with the Painted Flowers. What are they going to do next game?
I think that they have to keep up with the Painted Babies here. I believe that they really have to keep the pace that they've been going in the game 2 and bring it home with them big bodies of theirs. I think Painted might have to play a little bit more conservatively, a little bit more defensively if they want to try and outmaneuver the big bodies of Merchants of Pain. As I say that, Stone, Steve, and Chris on the kickoff. Fallen bringing it up, Merchants of Pain on the attack, trying to get stopped by Babies as D'Annunzio sends it downfield. The Merchants of Pain looking to make good attacks here, following up on that game 2 by Merchants. That overtime win probably really putting the pressure on them to win this series. I think that we're going to see some really surprising things from both of these teams tonight. What do you think about their rotation work and their teamwork in general?
Oh, I think it's a cluster everywhere. At this point, considering the late game sub in the Pain Flowers team, as well as the confusion it created for the Painted Babies, I think everybody's a little out of sorts. But the key factor for the Painted Babies is going to be the 1-2 punch duo of D'Annunzio and Steve, as D'Annunzio saves Crispy Dad's goal attempt. What a sad state of affairs for D'Annunzio, as that one could have put them on the board early.
Are we sure he's playing for the right team?
I don't know. Maybe there was a contract signed after that second game. Who knows what might be happening, but chaos on the field as D'Annunzio tries to stop Fallen, but doesn't. Gets it into the corner. Crispy Dad controls, loses it to Fallen. Centered, it's up, it's in. Chris getting the goal, finally on the board for the Pain Flowers.
A minute and 30 seconds into the match, and we finally have our first goal here. And it was the Pain Flowers. I don't know if we're going to see Babies really pull this out. You said you had credits on Pain Flowers? Well, that might actually stay in your possession here. I think Babies might just be throwing this third game. I don't know really what they're doing here. They're all over the place. This is an open goal for the Pain Flowers, but no one follows it up in time. Really seeing
let's go
some
Flowers
left
all the way,
opportunities
boys. Take
here.
it home.
The opportunities here come and go, but it looks like that both teams are struggling to take hold of the opportunities before them.
I'm not sure where Skitch was going with that one. Looks like he was just getting in front of it. As a great shot attempt blocked by Crispy Dad. I don't think we've seen any demos this game yet, and we're already halfway through. Little disappointing. Everybody in chat should be flaming the players. Let's hear it.
Now, we've seen a couple.
In the meantime,
there was a few here by both red and green team I saw earlier as we were cutting in and out here. Sorry to cut you off, but there, as we speak, there's one by Skitch to Denunzio just to get him out of that goal line area, I do believe. I think we're going to see some good stuff from Crispy trying for the aerial there, stopped by Chris. Merchant
Skitch does get
on
the table
defense
out, slams his opponent through it, looking to get another goal on the board. What a touch by Skitch to keep it out of the net. Too close to call there. And now it's back in the middle as a team bump. I don't know if that was intentional, setting up Fallen for a better hit, but boy, oh boy, a little bit of confusion there. As all of the orange players miss, all of the Painted Babies miss that one. It's up the wall. Chris beats the ball and goes in for another touch. It's an open net, but skies it. It's going to be off the backboard, controlled by Steve into the corner, and the Painted Babies are off to the races.
It looks like there's not a lot of boost conservation being left here. A lot of boost just being thrown around everywhere by both teams as Fallen destroys the blocker and sends it in by Skitch. 2-0 as with a minute 16 left on the clock. Babies yet to answer a goal from the Flowers. What do you think is going to be the outcome of this? We still have over a minute left in this game 3. I think Babies might be able to pull something, but they're going to have to really pull it out of their hats.
Well,
as I say that,
there,
Denunzio.
as Denunzio gets at least one on the board, there's still time for them to make something happen. But I'm going back to that goal. What a tag team play. Fallen puts his opponent right up against the ropes, holds him there, while Skitch comes in with the goal, slam to the face, get it done, and they're still in the lead, even with the goal just now by Denunzio. Pain Flowers absolutely taking control of this as Chris beats his man, sends it right into the middle of the net. Painted Babies are in shock. What are they going to do at this point?
Honestly, I could not tell you. I believe that they really need to bring their teamwork home with that 1-2 punch or with single player action as we go into the last minute of the match, and Stone Steve sends it right off of the kickoff. That, what a shocker. With 55 seconds left to go, this still could be anyone's match.
Punches are flying left and right, and Steve even says, "You've been stoned." Well, let's see if he can continue to do so as there's less than a minute going, 50 seconds on the clock. Interesting touch by Denunzio, not sure what the intention was there. Stone Steve wants to get out the ladder, see where it takes him. Interesting pinch off into the middle here as Chris sends it wide, preventing the goal. Fallen up to take it, but Denunzio quick to the touch there. Chris sends it up the wall. Stone Steve is way out of the play at this point. Where's he going? As we get the Painted Babies trying to, I think, rush into a goal position, and it's screwing them over. Fallen taking on 2 in the corner. Chris just staying back to be safe. This one looks like it is going to be over. Oh, good attempt off the back, but Chris able to save it. And unless there's a 0-second goal, this one is in the books. Pain Flowers takes game 3 by a 1-goal margin.
We've been seeing a lot of that 1-goal margins here from both teams as Chris putting in more work that round, kind of Fallen taking a backlight to Chris in this match. Skitch coming in clutch, really, with that last minute addition to Pain Flowers. D'Annunzio, Steve, Crispy looking a little bit dazed and confused as they're probably wondering what's going on right now. How did this happen? Why did he come in this late and just turn this around? This was going so well for them in the early game, but I don't know, we might see a game 5 here. Painted Babies could bring this back yet again.
They definitely could. They have the ability to, but they didn't realize the script was flipped. They didn't realize that the league said, no, this is all scripted, we know what's going to happen, and Skitch is going to step in and turn the tables here. So at this point, the Painted Babies really need to get their act together. We talked about it before, the 1-2 punch, the back and forth between D'Annunzio and Steve. They've got to get that dynamic going again. And Crispy Dad has got to get into the play. I remember playing a couple games with Crispy Dad where he wanted to know why he wasn't touching the ball. Well, this is why, Crispy. Get in there. Get your elbow out. Flying elbow. Right across the field into the face.
I believe that is probably correct, as we see Crispy Dad on the kickoff here, just taking it to green, but they immediately send it back down to red field. I believe they're scrambling just to get that down the field now. Stolen boost from red. It looks like they're kind of starving here on both ends, but we'll see what they can do as they're trying to make a really, really big rush and attack here on Pain Flowers.
Oh, definitely some grappling going on.
Stopping D'Annunzio in for the pitch.
I love seeing the jackknife powerbomb here by Steve, getting Skitch out of the play, letting D'Annunzio just send it right at the net. Fallen can't do a thing about it.
That is right. He sent it right behind that defender, Crispy and Chris on the pitch here. D'Annunzio taking it to the top ropes. Fallen can't get there. D'Annunzio taking it right over Fallen as he just sends it over in a slam into the goal there. 2-0, babies.
They came out to play this game. They knew it was now or never, and D'Annunzio just decided this is going to be our game. Already 2-0, only a minute in the books so far. Let's see what Pain Flowers is going to do to turn that around. As Fallen gets bumped off by D'Annunzio, Chris makes the save, but Crispy sends it back on net. There he is getting involved, and that's keeping the pressure on. So we see D'Annunzio now trying to keep the ball centered, and now he's back to prevent. As Crispy Dad has a wide open net, Chris can't get there. What a blown coverage play. And now we're 3-0 Painted Babies. These guys are on fire.
It looks like they came with their belts in hand as they are about to get slapped here. Merchants of Pain really scrambling to find a goal here in game 4. Stone Steve sending it downfield, Chris on the block here. I think that they might try to have to make a really furious comeback and attack here as Stone Steve and Fallen both try to defend, can't get there really, but sending it back down to green midfield, playing ball. It is a demo fest. What is going on here?
Oh my god, diamond cutters left and right as players are dropping like flies. The Royal Rumble is on, ladies and gentlemen. There are no holds barred, and everybody is now chasing the ball and each other as Fallen says goodbye, D'Annunzio. Take a break. Oh, and back, Fallen again against D'Annunzio. This guy is out for blood. I love to see it. Skitch has an open net, does get it through, and the Pain Flowers are on the board in this crucial game 4 of 5. 1-3, 252 on the clock.
I really think what I said is coming true there, Raph. I think the Mercs are using their big bodies to just bully Babies around now as they know that they have to make a serious comeback if they're going to want to take this to a Game 5. D'Annunzio sending it over all of them as he just pushes it in.
Well, this was a blown coverage by Fallen, who just missed his mark, didn't touch the ball at all, left it there, nobody knew what to do, and D'Annunzio said, I do, I got this, and puts his third in this game. He is on fire today. Let's see if he can continue it through the rest of this game. Skitch does send it up the left side for Blue. Chris looking to now as it gets it back. Some confusion there is a Stone Cold Stunner put on Stone Steve. And then the ball is sent back in towards the blue net. Great 50 by Crispy Dad, keeping possession on the offensive side. Skitch misses the block, in confusion in front, and Steve slams it home.
Are we going to see another Brazil here by Babies? Are they just going to get absolutely shut out yet again, even with a third man now on their team? Stoned Steve looking to get religious as he brings up the Old Testament, and I think we're going to see some good play here from the Babies as they're driving it down into green territory. D'Annunzio tries to follow it up in the air, can't quite get there, sending it back down. Crispy sending it to mid. D'Annunzio getting the block in mid. Skitch taking it from the center line, and they're back and forth here as I think both teams are really trying to just not have it.
An important update for you now. I just got news from our stat desk. Skitch does have some interesting numbers going into this. It turns out he is ranked at about a 95 almost across the board, but somehow in tin 4. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, ranked tin 4. So, I don't know, sleeper? Potential sleeper on this game? Definitely making a good change of pace for the Painflowers, but not this one, as the Painflowers just can't connect on the net, and there's a whiffed play. Oh, Crispy Dad getting again on the board, his second of the game. Stone Steve saying Stone, getting all Old Testament up in here. The insults are flying, the goals are being scored, the body slams are left and right. And the Painted Babies are running away with this one. 2 players? Sure. 3 players? Doesn't matter. We'll still take the win. We'll still embarrass you. As a great pass into the middle, though, by Chris, looks to follow it up. Sends it high over the net. Interesting defensive play by D'Annunzio, getting it back off his own backboard. Stun Steve, looking to beat 2, does not beat any. Maybe he'll do it a little too much trash talking and not enough body slamming. As D'Annunzio misses the potential demos in front of the net, so Skitch is able to clear it off into his own corner.
I think we're seeing a lot of ball chasing here, and I don't think we're really seeing a lot of team play, as at least from the Merchants of Pain here, as they're kind of all doing their own thing and they're not really communicating that well. I think that we could see some better rotations from both teams, really, but nearly getting that 7th goal. Fallen taking out Crispy Dad yet again. Merchants of Pain looking to score out of the last second, 2-6. Really not going to do much here, as I believe that we're going to have Babies take this 4th game.
Well, Chris just preventing the Brazil at this point. Nothing else he could really do. This is going to a Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing history being made as this one ends. An unbelievable showing by Painted Babies, 6-2. D'Annunzio saying, we're not going down that easy. I don't care that you brought in a ringer. We're still going to take Game 4. So we're down to the wire now. This is the final game. This is the end-all, be-all. Who is your player to watch for this upcoming game?
I think player to watch for this upcoming game would actually be D'Annunzio for this one. I think we've seen some great stuff from him so far. I think we're going to continue to see great stuff from him. Fallen looking pretty okay on this one. Skitch kind of coming in, helping the team as best they can. I think Merchants of Pain here have a good standing to try to make a stand well against the babies, but I don't know how this is going to go, actually. We've seen some really good back and forth from both teams.
Well, it's going to be a stunner for sure. The Star-Spangled Painted Babies tied with the Merchants of Pain Flowers going into Game 5 of this Best of 5 series. Unbelievable closeout. I can't wait to see this one go down. In the meantime, and Fallen saying, are we doing goals or points? I thought demos were points. I could have used that info last game. Well, you got your chair, so settle down there, buddy. As we get ready for kickoff in this Game 5, Skitch going up against Crispy Dad beats him easily to the ball. D'Annunzio does take possession, though, flicks it high over his opponent, and then just kind of gives up on it. I don't know if he's slow playing or deciding to just wait and see what the other team does, but it's back in the Blues side. A little bit of confusion and close play there as Chris gets demoed for his trouble, slammed out of the game. Crispy Dad collecting
Chris
on the
coming
left
in
side,
late to this one.
coming in late to the game, yeah. Perhaps a connection issue. We will see. But Skitch does get a great clear off to the side, and Chris sending it up the middle. And Fallen looking for the touch, misses it, but confuses Steve. Remember, folks, he's a wrestler. He's not that smart. And back we go for a shot by Chris, and gets demoed again for his trouble.
It looks like we're really seeing the demos come out here from both teams, as babies are really trying to bring this one home in the last game of this series. This is crucial for both teams. We got a lot of bets placed on this one. Personally, I don't have anything as I am dirt poor, but we're going to see who wins and who loses in this best of 3. D'Annunzio going in for a really good goal there, Fallen stopping it hard. Stone Steve bringing it down back to red zone to recover, but it looks like Merchants of Pain are going to try to take a hold of that. Can't really get there. Stone Steve sending it back down deep into green territory. Following up, sending it to the mid. Fallen blocking that middle shot there, sending it down again. Skitch back into the corner. Steve back, just back and forth with this again and again and again. I think we're really going to see both teams bring their defense to the max in this one.
Well, I think we have to address something in the chat here. Bitpost, you may be right that gamecasters are not that smart, but frankly, we don't talk about that, especially when Skitch puts one in off of an interesting play on the line, gets a weird touch off of the crossbar by Fallen, and able to slam that home. Looking to start up here. It's only 3 minutes left in the game. We're two away, and the Painted Babies are, I don't think they have the drive and energy they had in the previous rounds. So this round 5, as a big goal by Fallen, sending it over everybody. Nobody back on defense. Everybody caught watching. Absolutely huge meat hook clothesline there to get the insurance goal over the Painted Babies.
I really think that the Painted Babies were just absolutely had their mouths wide open, drooling as they saw a shiny object flying by their direction straight into the goal. But Fallen looking really good in this one, already 348 points set on with. Looks like a number in every category here. Got good saves, good assists, a couple of shots, and a goal to his name. So it looks like we're really seeing Fallen bring the pain here. D'Annunzio not looking so great. Painted Babies in general just really not bringing that energy. As I say that, trying for that attack, but just can't connect. Fallen bringing it up the side. Painted Babies trying to defend. We'll see what happens here. Chris back and forth yet again into the midfield. Stone Steve taking it down. Are we going to see a push from Babies as we kind of do, but Chris just gets that last second really nice save.
Getting close play going here as the Paint Flowers looking a little disjointed. Open net as Steve removes Skitch with the jackknife powerbomb. Great play here by D'Annunzio
really
to
good
capitalize.
demo there.
Yeah, unbelievable. Clears the net out. D'Annunzio recognizes, turns, and gets the goal to bring them within one. 1:34 to go. Fallen calling out bumping in the chat. As we all what a save by Chris. That could have been bad for the Paint Flowers and my wallet. But in the meantime, Chris bumping Steve well out of the way just says no. Skitch looking to get a close play here. It goes off of Fallen's Merc, and Chris can't get the follow-up shot. It's a 2v1. It's a 1v1. Fallen does make the play, keeps it alive into the offensive zone, sends it middle off of an interesting touch from Crispy, but D'Annunzio beats Skitch to the ball, and it's just a cluster in the corner. As D'Annunzio sends it high away from Fallen, probably not intentional, but damn good play. And D'Annunzio misses the clear off the middle. A pass back by Skitch. Chris does get it, sends it cross corner, but Crispy Dad able to collect it and send it out of the zone. Now here's Crispy on the attack. Sends it back to Stone Steve. It's up in the middle. Who's going to get there first? Fallen does beat him, but D'Annunzio able to get a little touch on the ball, keeping it away from danger. And Chris does the same for his side. It is back and forth now. The ball is flying, the cars are flying, the elbows are flying. I can't ask for anything more at this point.
I think we're seeing some really good stuff here from both teams. Interesting touches by both. 10 seconds left on the clock. Will Babies bring it to overtime in the last 5 seconds? Can they get it? Chris tossing it high into the air. It's still up. It's still going. We still have a chance here.
Oh, it's off
the wall, sending it downfield. It's still going. We're still going. Crispy Dad trying to make a touch, but he can't bring it home. The Paint Flowers taking the win. All looks like by 1 goal every time. They just kept it up.
What a cage match. This was intense from beginning to end. You had a game 1, an effective 3v2 with a bot for the Paint Flowers team. Total domination by the Painted Babies. Game 2 comes around. Skitch jumps in out of nowhere, brings a steel chair to the faces of the Painted Babies, gets the win in game 2, and Fallen comes to play. And then game 3, back and forth. Actually, game 3, Paint Flowers keep the momentum going, as you see your winners here up on the screen. Paint Flowers keep the trend going, win game 3. It's 2-1 in this series. Painted Babies, D'Annunzio says, no, I'm putting my foot down. Domination in game 4 to even it out. And we just see a game 5 for the record books. What an intense series. Bitpost, Musical Foxes, thank you for joining us again in the casting booth. Give us your thoughts. I mean, you were watching this the whole time, too. I'm speechless at this point.
I was actually touching up my eyeliner. No, it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Those games were so emotionally unbalanced that
you really could never tell how it was going to end up.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
this was
GG's to everybody there. That was not only intense, but a lot of fun to watch. And I do want to just give a shout out, as Skitch mentions in the chat, like and subscribe if this is your kind of content. If you're enjoying this kind of production, please subscribe to the Twitch channel, join the Rocket League Old Farts Discord. I will stop with my plugs. You guys take it away.
Actually, I'll piggyback on that. If this is not your kind of content, if you're looking at this and you're saying this is riddled with errors, get in touch with Riff. He will put you to work, shoring up our bulwarks, or I guess, I don't know, like bringing in some more steel chairs and unfolding them and getting them ready.
Feel the pain, brother.
Yeah.
We're going to set up donuts, too.
I like.
Need
I
that
can't believe
carved.
there's somebody in chat questioning bulwarks. Do I have to send you a copy of some of my medieval military trebuchet books? Because I will do it. Yeah,
I'm
I
all
have
about the
them.
We should do
murder
a
holds,
monster
man.
truck rally next.
All about the murder holds.
Oh my God, you're
Only
totally
merch.
right. Yeah, like okay, yeah, we need to get with Skitch and start planning some sort of a monster truck shindig. I think this does it for us tonight. I am so happy with all of the eyeliner and the metal and the fire. This has been a tremendous way to spend a Friday night. And yeah, what have we got coming up next, Riff?
So, if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, coming up next is Season 6 of League Play. Registration is still open till, I believe, the 28th of this month. So if you want to play in a 3v3 league, join in. The information is on the Discord in the league section. You will play either on a Friday or a Sunday night, and then those two brackets, those two conferences, will battle it out on each of those nights, both privately and on stream. We will have some of those games every single week for your entertainment, finally culminating in a grand final between the top two teams from each day. But before that even kicks off, on the 29th, we have our random
That's what I was shooting
FF
for.
tournament.
I was going to
That's
interrupt you,
okay.
and I was going to say, Jesus Christ, Riff.
Well, then you
talk
take it
about
away,
the-
man.
talk about the
Explain it
premise.
to the people.
No, my job here is to criticize. Your job is to do the actual work. Take it away, Riff.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing monologues.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, the random FF tournament is the Fun Fest, or the Other Fest, for all of your 1v1v1v1v1v1ing needs. It is a point-based tournament where you can sign up as a solo player, get put on a random team each game, and your job is not only to win, but be at the top of the leaderboard. You get 3 points for winning, being the MVP. You get 2 points as second place and 1 point as third place, but only if your team wins. The rounds continue, you move up the rankings, you get into the finals, and get crowned the winner. What could be bad? So join us on the 29th. Check out the details in the tournament page on the Discord server. There will be a whole section devoted to that. If you have any trouble finding it, because frankly, we're old, reach out to myself, reach out to Skitch, reach out to any of the broadcast team. We'll be happy to point you in the right direction.
Right on. Any final words from Ego? I feel like that man hasn't stopped talking. And Musical Foxes. No, because you've been quiet for like 5 minutes. Any final words before we pull the plug on this shindig?
I mean, I'll follow up with Raf here and plug the server. This is a great place to get your start. We have several coaches, several definitely ingrained community members that are willing to help out with anything you might need. Of all rankings, of all game modes, anything you might want, we probably have it. Hop into the Discord server, drop a chat, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Right on.
A big,
Foxes, any last
big
words?
thanks, by the
Fish.
way, to Ego for joining us for his first time casting. Congrats, Ego. Sorry to cut you off.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Fox.
Thank you
Take
so
it away.
much.
Right on. That is going to do it for us all tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and looking forward to see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
This was the last time that you read your nasty tricks. This was the last time that you fuck this dick. All the days we spent have been a goddamn waste. But I get over it. So take your perfect lies and stuff them up your ass. I have no fucking regrets. Look deep in my eyes. Can you see the hate? There is no way back. You're my enemy, enemy. No fucking